Let's go to the race. Vic Stauffer with the call of the Count Fleet.
They're at the post. They're off. Strike Power and No Parole break well. Empire of Gold close up. Mr. Jägermeister away in fourth. Whitmore breaks fifth. CZ Rocket sixth. And the early trailer is Mojo Man. No Parole jackrabbits up the backstretch and takes the lead 3/4 of a length. Now a length and a half from Strike Power in second. Whitmore has moved through inside. He's a joint third with Mr. Jägermeister 3 deep and Empire of Gold. CZ Rocket has 5 lengths to make up, and he's 2.5 behind Whitmore. And then Mojo Man around the far turn in the Count Fleet Sprint Handicap No Parole with a short lead, Mr. Jägermeister and Strike Power between horses. These three right across the racetrack. Whitmore is going to need racing room. He's only a length and a half from the front. Meanwhile, CZ Rocket is racing up 5 wide. Is there a seam for Whitmore? And yes, there is. Here's Whitmore to come through, but meanwhile, CZ Rocket has swung shot to the lead. It is CZ Rocket, now a length and a half in front. Whitmore tries to come through from the inside, but CZ Rocket has the jump, and CZ Rocket wins the Count Fleet Sprint Handicap. CZ Rocket beat Whitmore, Empire of Gold, and Strike Power.
So CZ Rocket has done it again, has beaten Whitmore. Jerry, how'd you see it?
Well, he got plenty of early pace in the first half of the race. He was next to the last down the backside, but he had to go wide. Turning for home, you can see he's the widest. Whitmore was searching for room. He was behind a wall of horses. He found a seam as they turned for home. It looked like Whitmore had the perfect trip. He was going to explode right here and go ahead and win, but CZ Rocket, losing more ground than Whitmore, was clearly the best horse this day, Randy.
When Whitmore found the seam, he was almost dead even with CZ Rocket. And like you said, he had saved all the ground where CZ Rocket had been forced wide. So really, I don't see any excuse at all for Whitmore here, beaten by a really good horse for the second straight time. Whitmore's 8 years old. He's eligible to lose a step when you get that old and you're a racehorse. One other interesting thing, these two horses now face a very uncertain future looking ahead to some of the major stakes races around the country for sprinters. They both are bleeders. They have had respiratory bleeding in the past. They're treated with Lasix, the bleeder medication, in this race, but going forward, the major sprint stakes in the United States will be Lasix free. And both of these trainers don't exactly know what they're going to do schedule-wise with their horses the rest of this year.
It'd be a shame because so many people like watching this budding rivalry between CZ Rocket and Whitmore as well. CZ Rocket, the career trajectory of this horse is going off like a rocket. Has now won 7 of the last 8 races since being claimed. Another win for CZ Rocket.